Hey guys, 6:32 on a Tuesday evening. I got the day right this time.
Hey, look at
Thank you all
you.
for look at me, big
Look
boy.
at
I can tell I know the
you knowing what
days.
day it is.
I know, I learned how to read a calendar today. We've only been doing
Baby
this
steps.
show for how many months now?
Oh, too long.
Too long. Yeah,
Too
exactly.
long.
Didn't have any grays before we started.
Yeah, look at you now. Look what I did to you.
Yeah, and receding
Hmm.
hairline and everything. Hey, everybody.
Yeah, hey.
Glad you all can make it today. And Natalie, how are you doing today?
I'm great. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine, but you said something earlier today that pissed me off.
Oh, God. Good.
You
Okay, what did I
said
say?
it was clear and beautiful outside, like 70 something and beautiful outside. And
73 degrees,
73,
absolutely
yeah.
stunningly beautiful.
Yeah, it's like it was 56, 55 degrees, cloudy and rainy, and just looked like crap all day today.
Well, that's gross.
So, yeah, it is. So, anyway,
Yeah.
yeah, that
Yeah.
made my day. And you know what else was really funny?
What?
So I have the two monitors going here. When I hit the live, and normally I can see, the show going on over here on this other screen. I saw an ad for I think Shane Co. jewelry or something, some cha-ching, hey, if you want to,
Hey,
if
that's
you
telling
want
you
to
to buy
support
some
the
jewelry for
no,
Christmas.
no.
Christmas is coming, folks.
Or what it's saying is they want to be a sponsor of the show. I mean, we could do
Oh,
that.
yeah. So
That's
we can definitely.
throw me some
Yeah,
money.
give us some money.
Anybody out there want to sponsor the
Yeah, just
show?
sponsor the show,
Anyway,
donate a couple bucks,
yeah,
you know, feel
yeah,
free to. Not that
yeah.
it's, not that we're
It's not,
begging for money,
no, you
but
don't,
this is how we keep the lights on. We're like Motel 6. We'll keep the lights on for you.
that's right. That's right. If you
Yeah.
like the way we banter and pretend to like
Hmm.
each other,
Pretend. We
yeah,
pretend very well.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway. But yeah, super, as BMR always says, super chat is open. If you guys feel the need to donate some money, that is great. If not, that is fine too. I certainly appreciate everybody being here.
Yeah.
Gary, we appreciate you very much.
Always.
Always. And
Always.
we appreciate everybody for just being here. I love
Yeah.
one of the things I absolutely love about this, and I've said this before. I love seeing everybody in chat that comes in. Mickey, little Patty, Josh Casto,
JoJo's here.
Jojo,
John's
Roger
here.
Blair, John
Pamela.
Temprine's here. Jojo
I
from
mean,
all the way over in Australia. Thank you,
yeah.
Gary.
Oh, thank you, Gary.
And
And
Amy Creel. Go ahead.
yes, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Everybody, and what you don't understand, and I think I've said this before, but everybody in chat, you are our extended family. Truly,
Mhm.
I enjoy coming on here and chatting with everybody, and it's so much fun. And then to have wonderful guests like we have tonight, like Scott and Sheila. I can't wait to hear all of their encounters and what they're doing. And
Yeah.
so I've been so excited today, and I'm excited right now. So
I want to go down to Georgia now and see them, but I
I
have
want
to
to go
say,
up to Georgia.
yeah,
Yeah.
whatever. I have to say, Amy and I, whenever we see each other in chat, we always have to compare dinner notes and stuff. So Amy said she had gumbo earlier today. Hey, BMR. I made homemade Mexican pizza, and
Ooh,
it was better than Taco Bell's.
see.
I'm just saying. I'm not tooting my
Yeah.
own horn or anything, but I'm just saying it was.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. But anyway, the Chiefs won
Anywho,
yesterday. I'll have to say thank you,
Barbara,
Barbara. Thank you so
thank you
much. I
so
appreciate
much.
you.
That is so kind. Thank
Yes,
you.
thank you so much. The Chiefs won yesterday. I have to say I really didn't watch it. So
I was
anyway,
working.
Anywho, we have like Natalie said, we have a fantastic guest, plural, tonight. We're going to go ahead and bring up Scott and Sheila. Hi guys.
Hey everybody.
Everybody.
How you doing? It's great to meet you guys. I've heard a lot of good things about you. A lot from Greg actually.
Oh, awesome.
Good.
And we don't hold that against you.
Yeah, usually with Greg, you have to kind of, okay, is it true? Is it true? But yeah, then I've seen you on some other shows, like, okay, yeah, they seem really cool people. So okay,
Yeah.
he's right this time.
That's putting you on the spot.
I know, right?
and
Yeah.
and feel free to tell him I said that too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We tell him that to
He's
his
probably
face. It's
watching.
okay.
He'll be on here
Yeah.
sometime.
Oh, yeah.
Usually he'll pop in here a little bit later. You can always feel when the air gets a little moist and he's
Yeah, he's super moist. You know. Anyway. So, Scott and Sheila, so tell us a little bit about what you do.
Well, we have Squatch-Fishing Outfitters here in the North Georgia mountains. And we are a group that actually takes folks out on Bigfoot expeditions. We do 2-night expeditions that are 2 camping nights. We also do 1-night excursions for people that are just passing through, visiting, or don't have quite enough time.
Or want to spend the night.
Yeah, or want to spend the night out there in them woods. We do 1-night things for those. We also guide fly fishing on small streams here in the North Georgia mountains, and we teach fly fishing to people that have never held a fly rod in their hands.
That would be me.
Well, and honestly, and I know this is going to sound a little cliche-ish, but the easiest people to teach are ladies and children.
Okay.
What about 53-year-old men who act like children?
Well, they usually they have fished before and they have bad habits. If they've never fly fished, they do have bad habits, and fishing, is a lot of muscle memory, and some things are hard to not do. And that's like I said, that's the hardest ones to teach.
Like squirrel fishing.
Kind of. And
okay, wait. Okay.
You opened a can of worms there.
Yeah, I was on the fence about fly fishing, about what that was. Squirrel fishing.
Yeah, when you're fishing in the trees.
That's
how I play golf.
I get stuck in the trees.
The flies are getting hung up in the trees,
That's
and
me.
your guide's going across the creek to get your flies out of the trees for you. That's squirrel fishing.
Okay.
All right.
Whole new take on squirrel hunting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But that's what we basically do. And the majority of our stuff is on public land. A good bit of our stuff is on private properties.
And that's down in northern Georgia, correct?
North Georgia mountains, yes.
And we have a ball doing it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's you have to love what you do, and you guys. Well, Scott, you are retired Navy, correct?
No, I'm a Navy veteran.
Navy veteran, okay.
And me and Sheila both are retired law enforcement officers.
Okay,
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
And
Thank you for your service.
I'm going to speak up for her. And she couldn't decide what she wanted to be when she truly grew up. So she retired from being a law enforcement officer, went back to college and got her nursing degree. And now she's a hospice nurse also.
Oh,
that's awesome.
Wow.
So my hobbies include chasing Bigfoot and quilt making. It's well-rounded.
Wow.
that is awesome. That takes honestly, all kidding aside, that takes a very special person to be
Truly.
a hospice nurse, and right towards the end, I've seen plenty of people towards the end like that, and that's not an easy thing. And kudos to you for doing that, and Scott, thank you very much for your service.
Thank you.
For our country, we certainly appreciate you. So on these expeditions, is it both? You do Bigfoot hunting and fishing?
Not all of them.
Okay.
We try to allot out 1, maybe 2 a year combos where we do Bigfooting and fly fishing. And we'll do the fly fishing for up to like 5 participants at a time. And when we do our Bigfoot expeditions, we cap our participant list at 10 people. We keep enough folks in the woods, to make everything safe. Not too many people to overwhelm the forest.
Right.
We have better success with smaller groups.
Yeah. Because I know when we have gone out in larger groups, when we've had, expeditions down here, I mean, the last expedition I went out on, we had over 40 people.
Wow.
I mean, and it was more or less just a nature walk.
Yeah.
And we did see some footprints, but you're not going to get that kind of activity.
You're not and I call them critters.
Mm-hmm.
Because we've seen these things, and creatures, monsters, and things like that, are not real good words. So I just call them critters.
Okay.
They're still
That's
there. Awesome. When you have that many people, they're still there. They just kind of hunker back and watch you, and they're not going to play or interact.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And I tell everybody this, I think that where we go, they recognize us. Does that make any sense?
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
They feel comfortable with you.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Sheila both, we're up in these mountains minimum 4 days a week, if not more.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah. They know you, they feel comfortable, and they trust you.
Yeah.
Yes.
So there's their Facebook page. Jenny has it on the screen, and she'll have it in chat. So make sure you head on over to their Facebook page. They also have a YouTube channel. I know somebody's posted it. I'll put it up on the screen. Somebody has it in. Here it is.
I think most of our stuff is on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I put the majority of it.
Okay.
Awesome. All right.
That is incredible.
Yeah. So guys, make sure you go over there and check that out. Man, I had a question.
I have a question.
Go for it.
So, it's more of a comment and then a question. So I know Greg was talking to me about him and Jim coming to your facility to do the fly fishing and then the expedition at night. And, they didn't have cameras rolling, and they're rolling down the road, and a squatch goes right in front of them, and now they're beating themselves up because there's no camera. And then that night around the campfire, he said that they came into camp watching everybody.
Yes.
So is that a normal occurrence?
It can be. I mean,
really?
Honestly, I'm going to say, this past weekend was probably the quietest weekend we've had. And we were both remarking about that. I don't understand why. I don't know what had changed. But when Greg was here, I mean, you just never know. Sometimes you think, well, probably not going to be a lot of activity. And maybe if it's rainy or something. And then sometimes it just shocks the crap out of you. And that was that weekend.
Yeah.
And they came was, they hit the jackpot as far as the right weekend to come, because it was all going on. The one that runs across in front of the truck, no cameras rolling. That's part of the game. That's how that thing, how everything.
Mm-hmm.
He was driving, talking to Greg. He didn't see it.
I didn't see it. And, that's how fast things do happen.
Right.
I turned my head for a moment to talk to Greg. And in that moment time frame, me turning over to talk to him for just a second, that's when it happened.
That's why I refuse to ever look at Greg.
There's other reasons, but
there is, but that's a big reason. No, we love Greg.
I missed a bruiser that run across the road that night because he wound up having a 17.5-inch track.
Good Lord.
Nice.
It was kind of funny because they were kind of shaken up. I mean, Scott said, they said,
what was that? But,
it was a little bit more colorful. But
I think we can figure that one out.
Yeah, we can figure based on how we know Greg.
Yeah.
And they had that very, very shocked appearance about them.
And this is something that you can't really guarantee that you're going to see anything, but you could say that you'll chances are high that you'll see at least a print or maybe some structures or something, but you can't really say that you're going to.
Or sounds, activity. These up here, they like to throw things. We get rocks thrown quite a bit.
Okay.
There's countless stories.
And then not this past one before that, we had a gentleman come from, he came in on Thursday. We're usually up there on Thursdays. And we were sitting there by the campfire. There's Danny. And something threw something. It didn't come like falling down. You can tell a difference when it comes through the trees,
Mm-hmm.
And by that time, everybody was pretty well wide awake.
Yeah.
So he moved his tent.
Yeah, he had set up on the outer edge of what was going to be our camp area. And after that happened, we found what actually got thrown, which was a rock. He decided he'd like to move his tent, up closer to us. So we did. We helped him move his gear and everything up closer to us. And we'd already had the talk with him that we had with everyone else during one of our outings. And I go through a spiel before everything gets going.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if anybody gets nervous, spooked, whatever, just feeling uncomfortable, or if you have something around your tent,
Mm-hmm.
you know, it's got you bothered, hit your key fob alarm. You know, and we will all come out and see what's going on. And I had already spoke with him about that. About 2:30. About
2:30.
About 2:30. The alarm sounded. So here we come out, and I'm standing outside. He asked me, he says, "Hey, you weren't just over here by my tent by chance, were you?" I was like, "No." And then he commenced telling me what had happened, and something had been up under our cook tent, rummaging around a little bit, but we hadn't cooked that evening. So everything, you know, they were still clean, no food out or anything. And it walked over to his tent, pressed down on his tent a little bit, and then started running his hand back and forth on his tent.
Oh.
The way his tent was designed, he had a nice rain fly over it, but it was open where he could see the ground. So he turned his flashlight on real quick, hoping to see something's foot or anything that he possibly could see. And when he turned the light on, it run off. And he said you could tell without doubt it run off on 2 feet.
Oh.
And so needless to say, he was a little shocked, a little spooked.
He slept in his truck.
He slept in the truck the rest of the night.
Yeah, I can understand that.
We've had to do that.
Oh, yeah. We've
You guys have.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. These jokers like to throw things. So,
well,
that night one of the nights we moved to the truck, our tent at the time was right on a ledge, and it was just crazy activity that night. And Scott says, "Get up, let's go get in the truck, because if they pull this tent down that ridge."
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
We're looking at about a 200-foot drop, you know, on an angle, but nothing to catch you for a while.
That's not good. Yeah, sleep in the truck.
That sounds a little, you know, frightening when you're on a ledge. I mean, let alone having a Bigfoot or something similar coming up, pushing on your tent and throwing stuff and
you name it. We've learned the hard way, I promise you.
Oh yeah, definitely. If it could have been done wrong, we've done it, I assure you.
Wow. So I mean, with throwing things, rocks or whatever, what do you think they're trying to say? You know, they're trying to say hi, you know, I'm here too. They're trying to warn you to get out of there, or what do you think?
You know, and that's a really good question. And there's a lot of different ways to look at it. Sometimes, you know, and this is going to sound funny about it being a playful thing, but sometimes it's a playful thing, you know, to get your attention.
Kind of like dance monkey.
Yeah, interact with you a little bit. Other times it's a warning type that you're getting a little too close to something, and that's when that's how things start. But if it's a warning type, it'll start escalating from just being thrown. And there's a difference in the way things are thrown. I mean, if something's kind of just lobbed in, that's one thing. But when stuff comes zipping by you and it's got a whistle to it, you know, with some force, that's a different ball game.
Yeah,
I gotcha. So it could be playful, like, "Hey, let's interact," or "Hey, you need to get out of my space."
Our very first expedition, our very first one, we didn't know what we were doing. Of course, we still don't know a lot of the times. We just kind of figure out as we go. But Scott had a group and I had a group. And I mean, when I tell you it's dark, you can't see your hand in front of your face. And in my group, it was all women except for one man. So we were sitting around the campfire and rocks, little rocks started getting thrown. You know, everybody's eyes get this big. And the guy says, "Did you see that?" I said, "Yeah, did you see that? Did you notice they're all thrown at you?"
Oh.
The next night we went past, we were sitting that night, and little small pebbles started getting thrown. So this is bad. I don't want anybody to do this, but I had a little slingshot. So when they throw a rock towards me, I go a different direction and shoot one back. And this went on for like 20 or 30 minutes. Everybody was like, "I got to have somebody in those woods." I promise you, where we were.
Where we were at.
There's nobody.
It said best last weekend.
So they're just playing around.
It had to be juveniles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had a guy last weekend. He said, how do y'all find these places and everything? And we explained to him how we do it. He says, because y'all are in absolutely the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty much true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We get them right.
Yeah. Well, that's the best place.
Mm-hmm.
There is a question on here from Bigfoot Fadez. Why is it so many rock or objects throwing instances? It always hits by the person, but it doesn't hit the person. You think that's just part of it? That, you know, if they want to get your attention, they'll throw it near you, and if they really want to get you out of there, they'll peg you in the head or something.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I have no doubt they could take you out with a big rock.
Their accuracy is phenomenal. I mean, Lord, I mean, they throw rocks at different things to kill it. So, and we have actually had rock fly by us that when you can hear a rock flying through the air, because it hit something, because it's whistling through the air.
Yeah.
We've had them thrown by us, and that, you know, that's time to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So have you ever had an instance where you have a group out and things just got real, lack of a better word, hairy, and you just want to get out of there? Things that just got too dangerous?
Well, a couple of times. 2 instances, we ushered everyone off a mountainside, all because of black bear.
Cubs.
Yeah.
Old Sal black bear up there that had cubs.
Oh.
She wasn't showing being vicious to us or anything like that, but the potential was there.
Yeah.
You know, and for us, the people that goes with us, their safety is the number one thing. And, so it's always better to err to that side of it, to the safe side, than pushing the envelope more.
Yeah. And also be respectful to the wildlife and their young, because that's a stressful situation for them to protect their young. So, yeah.
Yeah. And what was you going to say?
I say, Scott always likes to tell everybody we haven't lost anybody yet.
We haven't.
Yet.
Hey, you always have to have that deniability clause.
Yes. That's the disclaimer.
Have to be open-minded enough.
Exactly. Yeah, we haven't lost anybody yet. Please sign your name here.
Or then his spiel is, you know, tells everybody if we encounter anything in the woods, you know, not to run, because obviously once you run, you become the prey. And also, if you see one of us running, try to stay caught up.
Yeah.
You try to make a lot of things, you know, for folks and everything. You know, it's not our want or desire to scare anyone or to have anyone get scared and never want to go back to the forest. We want everybody to come back as many times as they want to on their own or whatever, and enjoy the woods, you know, as much.
Yeah.
And so you have to make light of a lot of things for folks, and you know, keep their interest up. And
Exactly.
But I am serious about the part about we don't run. I mean,
Yeah.
because once you take off running, any predator, you become the play game. And we have had to catch people.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. I know that.
Let's take a few steps back a little bit. You know, former Navy, former retired law enforcement. What made you guys get into going squatching?
Oh, that's easy for me.
Okay.
But you tell yours first.
I've always loved the movie Legend of Boggy Creek, and I know everybody probably says that, but you know, he had never seen it, and we were in South Georgia at the time still, so I had him watch it that night. And you know, this is the biggest skeptic in the world. He was like, "Oh, I've been in these woods all my life, you know, and I haven't seen or heard anything, blah blah blah." So when we moved to North Georgia, I had seen where they were having an expedition, and I begged and begged and begged. So he finally gave in, and we went at night early. And that first night, that was it. That was, I mean, that pretty much made a believer out of us. The things we heard that we couldn't explain, you know, but I always said I wouldn't say 110% until I seen it with my own eyes.
Right.
And for me, you know, what got me into it was her. She drugged me in. She really did. And I told her, you know, and she's right. I was a big skeptic in the world. And I told her, I said, you know, I've hunted and fished in the river bottoms and swamps all my life. And I was one of those people. Now, I didn't just pull up there in my truck and walk 20 yards and get in a deer stand. We were on back in there, where thick and everything else. So I had always heard things, that I really couldn't explain or anything like that, but never put two and two together. Mm-hmm. And after we got to doing this for a good while, I started recollecting and realizing I have been around this all my life and just didn't realize it.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Isn't that kind of funny how you get into something like that and then you start thinking back to, childhood, whenever, and like, well, maybe that wasn't just creaks or something in the house. Maybe that wasn't, weird noises in the forest.
Exactly. And that's how it was for me. Mm-hmm. And the more we've done it, the more we've learned, the more I've seen where, oh yeah, I remember this, from way back. And,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I'm glad she drug me into it.
Yeah. And now, you've got this great business and you're making people happy and bringing them into the forest and educating them and living the life. That's awesome. And in my head, I think this would be a great girls' weekend to go up there and have an outing for a weekend or even a guys' weekend out. It's just, it would be awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We took you're going to tell about it? Yeah. We took a bachelor party, right? They didn't tell their friend they were bringing him, right? But because he was all into Bigfoot, so they let Scott break the news to him. It was just for a few hours one night, but it was so funny. We had activity, had a tree pushed over.
Oh, nice.
But the best part to me, we were sitting around the fire after they got back from their hike, and we were sitting there, and they're all a little bit traumatized, I guess you want to say.
Yeah, when they got back, they were
listening to everything in the forest, right? And then one of them has a can, and he's popping the top on it. He popped that top, and I tell you what, the groom about left the building.
Oh no!
Yeah. He was really on super edge, because on our way back from our night hike, we got to make this one curve, and then it's kind of a straight line shot back to the sitting area to the campfire. Mm-hmm. We're about 50 yards from that curve coming up on it, and we had one scream on the ledge right in that curve. You have to picture this. I've got 7 guys with me, and at that moment when all that happened, I was the safest person in the forest. Mm-hmm. Because I was like the quarterback in the middle of a huddle. Everyone is like, what in the world is that right there? And and it, like what we said earlier, it's a little more colorful than that, but
yeah.
I said, well,
we figured, yeah.
I said, well, that's what y'all come here to hear or see.
Yeah.
He said, you've got to be kidding. And I'm like, no, I'm not a bit.
Wow.
And one of them points out, he says, we've got to walk right down there by that. I said, that beats cutting across that bottom down through there. And when they got back to the campfire, they were all pretty well on edge.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah. And what's weird? I was just going to ask you if you had any bachelor parties go through there right before you said that. I was.
Yeah.
And they really only bachelor party, but
we've had birthday parties.
We've had birthday parties.
Was he 14? Turned 14? That's what he wanted for his birthday, was to go to the Bigfoot Museum and go out looking for Bigfoot. So Mom and Dad brought him. Mm-hmm. And you never know. You just never know. I'm not thinking, I hope something, has something, but we couldn't ask for more activity that night. I'm telling you, Mama and Daddy was floored.
They were. Those folks, I told them later on when they were getting ready to leave, I said, when y'all get back home, please go play the lottery.
Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding.
They heard the hoops. They heard howls. All 3 of them got to see one through thermal.
Wow.
Really?
Yes. It was a fantastic evening.
Wow.
And all this transpired in a matter of about 4 hours.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
I don't know if
it was just the luck of the draw and the right night. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, we don't always have activity, but we've been blessed.
We really are.
Now, do they bring their own equipment, or do you guys provide the equipment for them?
Some people do bring their own, and we encourage that. But we have an ample amount of equipment that we'll pass around. Different thermals and things that we'll pass around, and let folks look, and we pick something off. We definitely want to get them all passed around. And lately though, we adapted to a new thermal we use that actually uses your telephone as the viewing screen.
Yeah.
It is awesome. So because there can be 4 people standing, right around you, and they can all see the screen.
That's awesome.
One off to one person like that. Plus, it doesn't, hurt your eyes. You can watch it all. You don't have that night blindness with it.
Yep.
And the clarity and the range on these things are phenomenal.
That is awesome.
Hey,
and
Greg,
my apologies.
Hey, buddy.
Greg has joined the show.
Yeah, were your ears ringing, Greg? We were just talking about you about 20 minutes ago.
Hey, buddy.
There was another question in here. I should just go up to this one. So being former law enforcement, do you guys have any reports in your career that led you into this Bigfoot path?
20 years on the road, and I'd never, it's kind of like a unicorn thing. It was fun to think about, exciting, but I'd never, the most crazy thing I ever had was chasing a crackhead.
Which is better, chasing Bigfoot or chasing a crackhead?
Bigfoot.
Yeah. And it's safer.
No, nothing in my career ever, directed me or led me to this.
Really?
Other than my, my own personal, being a hunter and a woodsman all my life.
So, I guess going back even further, did you guys have any encounters maybe before you guys met or anything like that?
No.
Just just for me, some strange sounds in the swamps and some strange stuff, that just really didn't make sense. It does now, but it didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I never put 2 and 2 together.
Even after, we were together and moved up here, we had leased a small cabin by the river. And I mean, it was desolate, nobody else around. And he was still in South Georgia trying to get everything taken care of down there, sell the house. And I would be on the porch or whatever, and I would hear like the whoops, and I remember being on the phone with him saying, what kind of bird makes a whooping noise?
And she's asking me this, and I told her, I said, it's not a whippoorwill. And she knew what a whippoorwill was. And I told her, I said, honey, there is no bird that makes that kind of sound that you're trying to describe to me at night, much less during the day.
Or hitting home runs across the road. I mean, wham, just like a tree was hit by a baseball bat.
And she got to explain that to me. And I'm like, nah. I'm thinking to myself back then, you're getting a little spooked up being up there in them hills by yourself. And then I got home, and the tree knock happened, and she said, that's what I'm talking about. And if Babe Ruth had hit a home run that evening off the side of that oak tree down there, that's about what it would sound like.
Wow.
And that's when we found our first footprint in the front yard there.
Yeah.
And so what did you think about that? I mean, were you like definitely a Bigfoot, or like who's walking through our yard?
As somebody with a huge foot, and it was like there was a little, what do you call that? Step up.
Like a step up.
And the ground was hard. I mean, hard. Like Scott stood beside it and tried to put a footprint there.
I jumped up and down, and I weighed 250. And I jumped up and down trying to make an impression at all in the ground and couldn't.
And you couldn't.
Wow.
And this thing made a 1/2-inch deep impression.
It would run. Our oldest, no, one of our daughters was sitting there at the cabin, and she was sitting on the floor. We were playing cards or something. And we'd been telling them, and our kids think we were crazy, or thought we were crazy. It ran, I'm going to say it, ran by the cabin. The cabin vibrated. Her eyes got this big. I mean, they were huge. And she just said, Mama. And I said, I told you.
Oh, wow. So she physically saw it, not just heard it.
She felt it, the vibration.
She didn't get to see it.
She didn't see it. Okay. Now, we bought a cabin not too far from the one we leased. And when we bought this cabin, we had no clue. It was kind of like a vacation cabin. The people didn't live here full time. It had been a while since they had stayed here. And we started having the most craziest activity here. I mean, we don't have to go in the woods.
No, we don't have to go in the woods.
Stay home.
I mean, that's
awesome.
We live up in a holler. There's 5 houses up through here, and it's pretty deep holler. And we can't see any of our neighbors or hear any of them.
Dead end road, dirt road.
And we bought this house. I guess we'd been here about 2 weeks when it started.
Yeah.
We get inside of the house slapped, and we're like, what?
Yeah.
And by this time now, we're already doing the Bigfooting thing.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
we've been doing it for a while. So we knew what it was. But we get the side of the house slapped. The gas tank would get slapped. Our meter box, that one always shocked me. Why? And I was talking to a gentleman. He asked me, he said, your meter box, is it one of the kind, the old style they have to come out and read, or can they read it from the shop down there?
Mm-hmm.
Which it's remote readable.
Edible.
I knew what you meant.
Is that concreted around?
Concreted.
Cricketed.
And I told him that. He says, well, Scott, he says it gives off a signal. He said, and that's probably what's causing that. And so that went on for a good while. And then one day I went to flip all of our floodlights outside.
Mm-hmm.
We're just on switches.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to turn the lights on one evening I can't even remember what for. But both the floodlights on one corner of the house were blown. I was like, well, I'll get around that tomorrow.
Yeah.
So now it takes a 12-foot A-frame ladder to get to these floodlights. So I get me 2 brand new bulbs. I run up that A-frame ladder, grab a hold of the first bulb. It's loose. So I turn the bulb. It takes 4 quarter turns, 1 complete revolution to tighten this bulb up.
Okay.
I reach over and I grab the other one, going to change it out, and it's loose too. It's the same amount, 4 quarter turns. Now, this doesn't vibrate or anything like that. And so I got to thinking about it. I run back down the ladder and flip switch on, the lights come on. I was like, okay, I've got a good idea what's going on here. I left from the house, went straight to the store and bought some motion detector lights.
Yeah.
Installed them that day, and we could see the lights come on when we're laying at bed at night. So I'm laying here half the night. I'm giggling to myself a little bit because I'm waiting for the lights to come on.
Yeah, that would be me.
And they didn't come on the first night. So I was a little bit disappointed.
Oh.
But they did the second night.
Oh, wow.
Then these things, they figured that out pretty quick. And, the motion detector heads, you can set them to where you want them for how far they pick up and all that. Mm-hmm. They would push these things all the way to the soffit of the house.
Oh.
Yeah. And these things got huge, heavy teeth on them, so they lock in place real good. Mm-hmm. You get a hold to it trying to pull it down, I'd have to take the light apart, to move it back down because I was scared I was going to break it. Mm-hmm. But that happened a couple of different times at different places.
It's gotten a lot better since. Well, they marked where they could come up to where the motion lights would come on. They took little quartz rocks, and right up to those rocks, you're good. But just right on the other side, the lights would come on.
So they figured how far they could come before the lights went on?
There's a pet cemetery path. That's what I call it because it's so creepy, y'all. On the side of our house where our bedroom is, and it goes down a ridge, and there's a little creek back there. Mm-hmm. And I can tell you, I can walk down there right now and find prints. There is absolutely no doubt in my mind whatsoever.
Yeah, we prints down there all the time,
and they run back and forth.
You know how when you weed eat your yard and everything, you know what's in your yard.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I had probably weed eated like 2 days before this happened, and me and Sheila I was walking around there, and I see these 2 quartz rocks, a little bit smaller than a baseball each. So you would definitely notice that when you're weed eating. Mm-hmm. They're about 3 foot apart, and they're in a line. I'm looking at that thing, and I look back up at them lights, and I'm wondering. So I wait till Sheila gets home, and I point it out to her, and I said, when dusk comes, we're going to walk down that path. And when we know the lights will come on, activate, we're going to walk back up that path and just see. As soon as I got to the rocks, lights come on. And I said, okay.
Oh, wow.
I pick the rocks up, and I keep them the same distance apart, and I just move about 3 feet closer to the house and set them back down. And at this point, it's kind of like playing a game. Mm-hmm. So then again, that night, I'm laying in bed. I'm sitting there waiting on them lights to come on. And as soon as them lights come on, I was giggling my head off. I was like,
I got him.
We've been sitting in our front yard before around the fire pit, and I'll never forget it. It was 10 minutes till 7 one night, and it started. There was the first howl. Howl started, just right there, and then the coyotes kicked in right behind him. It would give you chills.
Wow.
Scott gets up and I said, "Where are you going?" He said, I'm going to go get my, weapon. And I said, "Well, I'm sitting right here." And it went on like that periodically. We can sit there and record stuff on the recorder.
That's actually some of the best audio we've got is that particular night.
Yeah.
Thank you, Brian. Hey, Brian, I appreciate you, brother. And thank you, BMR. Thank you both. You guys are awesome.
Awesome. Thank you.
We tried that ring camera, didn't we?
We did. We tried the ring camera.
I was just going to ask you about, did you put any cameras outside? So what happened with that?
We got good pictures of bears and deer.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And nothing else.
They know. Yeah.
The ring camera it will pick up sounds. It has picked up sounds.
We got heavy breathing before.
Heavy breathing on the ring camera.
Really? Oh. So there's somebody, Barb Hartman, up in, I want to say Washington, or I think Washington, up near Olympic, I believe. She has a clan around her house, and she has ring cameras out. I guess her ring cameras or some kind of security cameras out, and they go off all the time. And I don't know if she gets many images of them, but she has plenty of sounds and whoops and grunts and all kinds of fun stuff. So it sounds like the same down by you guys.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it seems like we have a group that stays here all the time. And the activity picks up a lot more during the spring and the fall. It's come to the point where we think there's another group that moves through. And what makes us think there's another group is during the spring and the fall, like if they cross paths, it'll sound like two titans up here on these ridges going at it.
Really?
Oh, wow.
We're not the only ones that hear it.
No.
I mean, our neighbor at the end down here, he's like a basin, and he's had so much activity. He'll get on the phone and start texting me or Scott and tell us to step outside. Did y'all hear that? Or
which is great. We do it back and forth. But
yeah,
like Sheila said, down where he lives, he's at the very end of the holler. So it's a ridge all the way around his house, or three sides of it. So he's like in an amphitheater down there. Anything
really?
Up in it, he hears it up in this holler.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I was going to ask if your neighbors get all this stuff too, and I mean, what do they think of it all? I mean, are they on board with the Bigfoot stuff, or are they just think it's some weird critters?
He is. Now before you get our house, there's two widow ladies, and they kind of stay in the house, and we don't want to bring that up to them and scare them or anything. So we've never asked them.
No.
Yeah.
Or they could already know and make friends with them.
Probably. Maybe they're feeding them. I don't know.
Because they've lived out here a long time. And our other two neighbors, the one neighbor that's all the way at the end, he's seen them out here. He's had some visuals.
Really?
Our newest neighbor out here, he just built a house not too long ago and moved out here. And he got speaking with us about it because he talked with the other neighbor and got some info on it. And he was a non-believer, when he first moved out here. And I guess he's probably been living out here not too long when he finally got to start hearing everything and witnessing a lot of things and everything. And he's a believer now.
Our grown kids, they come to visit and they will not go out after dark. If they do, there's one or two of them together. I mean, they won't go alone.
Yeah. Probably
Well,
the
that
best.
makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Probably the best one was my baby brother. He come to spend the weekend with us one weekend when he was traveling working. And he said, "Now, Scotty," he says, "you are a Navy veteran, retired law enforcement officer." He said, "You tell me you believe in this stuff." And I explained to him, I said, "Eric, I've seen them and everything." I mean, because he's just like me. He's hunted in them rivers and river bottom swamps, all his life also. One weekend up here, he was a believer.
I bet.
After he got to hear stuff.
Wow.
Never a dull moment.
Oh, no.
But that's fantastic. I mean, that's phenomenal.
We love it. We do.
We do. We in our working years, I say our working years.
I'm like I'm 100.
In our working years, when we vacationed up in this part of the country all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, we lived down around the beach areas, and that didn't interest us. We vacationed in the mountains. And we have a lot of people ask us, how do y'all like living up there? And my only reply can be, we live where we vacation at.
Yeah.
What's not to like?
And we love what we do. We keep seeking answers, and unfortunately, we just have more questions.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
So when I know there's a lot of reports, and I know I've seen it as well, but I wanted to see what your take is on it. A lot of times when you go out squatching or you're around Sasquatch families, you'll see orbs. Do you see orbs on your property?
Not as much on our property as we do out in other areas.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And so are they different colors? Do you interact with them?
No, we just kind of watch them.
Okay. Okay.
But we've had activity with
We've had
orbs.
a lot of activity with orbs around.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's phenomenal.
Matter of fact, when you've talked with Greg or Jim, the weekend they were here,
Mm-hmm.
the amount of orbs and things that were happening was unreal.
Yeah.
That's
And
incredible.
really.
I believe Jim even filmed a few of them.
I don't remember if he did.
I think he did.
He
I
could
just-
have.
I feel bad because he was talking about that the other day. I wish they would have filmed it, but I know he beats himself up over it. But could you imagine if they got that?
Oh my gosh. I know,
Yeah.
because right now he talks about that to this day.
Mhm.
Hey,
And
it
he
was,
goes, I now have a dash cam. I am ready.
he was telling us about that too. Because it was a lot closer.
Yeah.
From
Yeah.
what they described to me, it was a lot closer than the dash cam footage that happened down in Helen several years ago.
Wow.
Wow.
But Murphy's Law.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, when you're not ready for it, they'll be there.
That's
But,
right.
You know, like with the Ring cameras, when they know something's out there recording, they're not going to show up.
That's right.
No.
Yeah.
And that's why we, went over to pretty much all thermal imaging.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of your night visions nowadays use that infrared beam
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
for its light source for you to be able to see.
Yeah.
And if you see one with one of those, as long as you hold it on him, he'll stay right there like a statue.
Yeah.
Oh.
You take it off of him and go right back to him, he's gone.
Mm,
We've never took it off of him and went right back to him and him be there.
Mm-hmm.
interesting. Very interesting. Now, I know there have been reports in the forest in and around the Appalachian Mountains that you hear these metal sounds, these metal knocks, doors slam, other metal things, and there's nothing metal out there. Have you witnessed that?
Yes, multiple times.
Wow.
And what do you think that is?
I think it's a portal opening.
I agree with you. I think
If you would have asked me that 2 years ago, I would have been like, no, But let me tell you what, it's like when he and I first started this, we're like, okay, we're just going to, worry about Bigfoot. That's the only thing we're going to try to, work with or whatever. But you can't do that.
No.
Once you go down it so far, this rabbit hole starts branching.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We had that conversation quite a few times
Mm-hmm.
because I was more on the cryptid side, even though I've had paranormal activity. He's been on the paranormal side. And then all of a sudden, we together had a cryptid experience. And, Paul was like, I need more.
Yeah. Yeah.
And a lot of it starts intertwining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it really does.
And Natalie, have you noticed since the conference has been mostly Bigfoot guests I've had on?
I know. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's bizarre that it happens that way, but it's just so neat and so interesting that something that massive can something that is that massive is roaming around in the woods, and you can hardly see it sometimes.
It doesn't make any sense.
It kind of does it in a way, but that's like up here where we live.
Mm-hmm.
There's a good population of people up here, but there's a whole lot of land up here that is like untouched by man.
Yeah,
I mean, in these mountains and these hollers and everything, there's parts of these mountains up here that there hadn't been anybody walk through them and since the Indians.
Yeah.
Definitely a great place to hide in there.
Yeah, and they feel safe.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I mean, when you don't have human interaction around, and you feel very, very safe, and that's when folks like us going, oh, let's go up there, because nobody goes up there, and I know that's where they're at.
And they have an abundant food source here. They have plenty of shelter and some of the best drinking water around. I mean, so what else could they ask for?
And great weather. I mean, it's not frigidly cold.
It does get cold here, but it's not like way up north where it gets real bad.
I think this weekend I'm supposed to get down to 31 this weekend while we're out. So I'm looking for me insulated coveralls.
Yeah. There you go. What are you? You all right? You all right?
Yeah, I'm good. I just got choked up. Sorry.
Okay. What
31 gunner.
It's not even winter yet.
Yeah. What do you guys think about gifting? Do you guys do that when you're on your expeditions, or what do you think about it?
Well, we will. Like in certain areas, we may put out crystals or some little something, that's shiny or things like that to see if it'll get going or anything. Mm-hmm. We'll do things like that right there. We never leave food.
No.
Yeah. No. Because you don't want to bring in other predators like bears, because they'll smell it right away.
That because it's kind of hard to tell what would have got any food source, but you really don't want to start feeding.
Yeah,
that you're not going to intend on feeding the rest of his life.
Now that's not to say we have been camping before, and we had the whole cook tent set up.
Oh yeah,
and that earlier that night, one of our crew members, Haley, had seen one on Therm. And she's seen it when it was standing on two legs rather, and it ran off. And her words were, "It runs like a man," And so she was shook up. We went back to base camp, and she was terrified something was going to follow us back. Usually they do. Mm-hmm. So that night, she's in her tent between us, and she's got her key fob, but it runs its hand down the tent. Uh-huh. It opens and closes the lid to the grill. Mm-hmm. And I know it was there because the next morning on Scott's truck, it's a gray Jeep, you could see the handprints. Big old handprints when you pulled back, like the fur scraped the dust too. And there's this 18-inch track, like he squatted down by the truck and put his hand right there to brace himself. Mm-hmm. Wow. So, I think they followed us back. I smell hamburgers.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you that while you guys are out there, you're cooking, and they're smelling that food. I mean, that could be a way to bring them right in there.
Oh yeah,
it does, and they're not courteous. They lift the lids of the grills and just turn them loose.
Yep.
Well,
just lift them up and drop them.
Wow.
We met some folks one time. They were telling us about those bear-proof trash cans that are in the state parks and all that. And you have to have hands. A bear cannot open them. You have to have hands and fingers to open those things. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And they were telling us about, it sounded like the first night they were out there that someone was just lifting every lid of them things and turning them loose or slamming them down.
Wow.
But they looked out and there wasn't nobody there. And I was like, well, there was something there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
You're kind of getting back to when you had the slaps on your house and everything. Did you get any handprints off that?
I've lifted prints outside my bathroom window. I would be getting ready for work in the morning times, and I'd open that blind, and you could hear, I would call Scott. I said, come here, they're howling. They'd be out there howling outside, in the ridge, not right there, but, I always lifted that blind when I was getting ready. But when I found that print, I'm like, nope, not no more. Then another time, he was going to Florida for a couple of weeks, and I by myself, but I'm resigned to the fact if they want to come in, they're going to come in. There's nothing I can do to stop them. That door ain't going to stop them.
No.
Right.
But him being gone, and I'd hear something outside the bedroom window here, and when he come home, we found a good track out there.
Good track out there.
Because he was trying to peek in. They know when he's not home or if you're by yourself.
Oh yeah.
Especially females, what I mean.
Yeah. Do they think they're checking on you to make sure that you're okay? Or are they just curious?
I'm hoping for a peep show or something. I'm not going to. I have been in that living room before, and we'd have both doors open, have porches and everything, and they'd start howling, and Scott be in the office, and he'll say, "Did you hear that?" I said, "Yeah, I'd appreciate it if you come shut these doors."
What she's talking, that's loud enough for me to hear 2 rooms away inside the house.
Yeah.
Wow.
And we don't want to seem, I guess we're just a little bit jaded to it.
Yeah.
Because it does happen a lot around here. And we're not the only ones. A lot of these folks that live up here in these mountains, they know about these things. They've seen them.
Uh-huh.
It's a way of life here.
Yeah.
And up there, I guess it's a way of life. You don't have to worry about neighbors looking in your house. You got to worry about Sasquatch looking in your house.
That's right.
Wow, that's
these people up here. You start traveling around somebody's house. That's a good way to find a bullet.
yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think I would rather have Sasquatch looking in my house, in my windows, than a neighbor.
Well, I've named the big one here. I named him Samson. So Scott knows anything that I name animal wise, we get to keep.
Okay.
I've named all the bear.
Yeah, you can't scare him away.
Okay.
I kind of feel like if somebody come to do anything, that maybe Samson would stop them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I mean, that's an interesting question. That, I mean, you've been there for so long. They're used to you being there. I mean, you don't pose a threat to them at all. Mm-hmm. They probably would protect you guys if something were to happen.
Which is why they recognize us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's very possible. I'm not going to bank on it, but that's
I wouldn't either. But I mean,
well, it puts a little giddy up in your step when you come home 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. And it's dark, and you're trying to get that key in that one little hole, and you think something's behind you. You get a little bit. I don't care how friendly he is.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's always that chance. He's like, come on,
new
Sheila.
movie coming out in 2026, Peeping Kong. That's the chat of the night. I love that one.
Well done.
That was a good one. That really was.
That was good. That was good.
That was awesome.
Oh my gosh.
So you're going to be speaking, right, at the premiere, aren't you?
Yes, ma'am.
That's awesome. So are you going to be talking about your experiences, or what are you going to be talking about?
What do you think?
Well, probably talk a little bit about the filming part for the premiere,
Yeah, what happened that weekend.
The things that happened, and some of the things that probably people won't get to see.
Yeah.
And,
that's awesome.
And
so do you have a lot of
back history?
Yeah. So do you regularly speak at events and tell your story, or is it just like this conversation?
Last year we started speaking. What was it last year?
Yeah.
We spoke in a couple of Jonesboro to begin with, and Pennsylvania.
We swore we never was going to start doing the speaking at conferences.
Mm-hmm.
We just weren't going to do it.
Yeah, we swore we weren't going to do anything but hunt Bigfoot either.
A real good friend of ours, he put on a conference down in Jonesboro, Georgia, and he was needing a little help with it and everything, so he asked us to speak at his conference, and so we did, and we helped him acquire some other speakers, and we got him some good speakers, like we got Greg to come. Greg spoke and he didn't premiere it, but he showed his film. Mr. Mark Newble from Sawdust Beast, he came and spoke, and Mark showed his documentary of us. Mark's actually now part of the Squatch-Fishing Outfitters team also.
Oh, awesome.
Sweet.
And so that kicked it off right there. And when we had another friend of ours, he got in touch with us and say, "Hey, what do y'all think about coming to Pennsylvania?"
Yeah.
And we were a little reluctant, but we did. And I'm glad we did. We had a great time.
I told Scott, I said, these people ain't going to understand what I'm going to say. They're not going to understand me.
Does she come with subtitles? I'm not sure.
Because I told people, I apologized up front. I said, if I get nervous, I talk fast and my accent comes out worse. And these people were coming at me and said, "We love listening to you." And I'm like,
on our way up there, we stopped in West Virginia. West Virginia, and visited the museum up there.
Yeah.
And I got to meet those nice folks and everything, and talked with them for a little while. And they invited us 3 weeks after that to be special guests at the West Virginia conference.
And we're going to be speakers there this coming up year, 2026. Yeah.
In October.
Yes.
I'll be there too.
Awesome.
Good.
So we'll get to see each other again.
Yes.
And then after that, we got tied in with and spoke at Uwharrie, North Carolina.
Oh my gosh, y'all!
Sweet.
We walked out there. I couldn't believe the people.
That was all. We were the first speakers right out the bat.
Yeah.
And I guess it's a nice stage in a big pole barn type thing, but it seats 2,000.
Oh boy.
We walked out. We walked out on stage and it's 3/4 of the way full seat. People are standing up all the way around it. And I'm thinking to myself, now this is going to be different.
Yeah, I'm going to make a fool out of myself. That's what I was
thinking. And then, but it was great. I mean, everything went off great there, and we got finished with our spiel and everything. And we were talking with a lady that was running it, and the MC, which was Mr. Mike Family, he told her he really didn't want to do the Bigfoot calling contest this time. And so she was worried. She didn't have nobody to do it. And like this right here, she was about to fret and everything. And Sheila looks over and says, well, Scott will do it. And I'm like,
you're welcome.
But I had a big time with it. I had a lot of fun.
We had a ball.
Yeah. Yeah. Getting back to Greg's conference and premiere, that is going to be on January 31st. Actually, all four of us will be there for that. In Gardendale, Alabama. My little accent came through. Tickets are only $15.
Yeah.
Go to eventbrite.com under the premiere for The Vanished. Get your tickets, and that's going to be a fun weekend.
Yes.
That's going to be a fun weekend. Yeah,
it's going to be a ton of fun. I'm speaking, and then Scott and Sheila, you're speaking, and then Paul, you're going to be doing the podcast live, and so we'll have vendors there, we'll have other speakers there, and then the premiere of the film, which is going to be amazing, and just super excited.
And I can't remember all the speakers he has on his list, but it's going to be a fantastic lineup.
Absolutely.
Some guy named Jim's going to be there. I heard.
My Jim, the wind. I know him as the wind, the hype.
Yeah, Jim's on there.
Yep.
And I know him as the big nerd.
Hey.
But I think, if I'm right, I think Mr. Trey Hudson will be there.
Yeah, Trey will be there.
Trey's going to be there as well.
Yep.
So we got a good lineup. It's going to be a ton of fun. And so we'll make a great weekend out of it and see everybody there and get everybody's reaction. And it'll be fun.
Yeah.
It's going to be.
Yeah.
It's going to be an awesome time.
Yeah. And I'm actually working with a team in the UK right now, and they're also wanting to promote the film as well. So we're going to be trying to get it in Europe as well as here in the U.S. and Canada. Wow. So we are going to make sure that we get the word spread very quickly. So that'll be really cool.
Good deal.
Lord, I hope they have subtitles.
And, Sir Brian Bowden speaking as well.
Yep. Brian's going to be there.
Awesome.
Gosh, meet all kinds of new people.
Yeah.
Yes. And that's another thing, about this whole Bigfoot phenomena thing and, the different groups and everything. You get to meet a ton of fantastic folks. I mean, you really do.
Yeah. And I mean, this is, it's funny, and I've talked about this because you share stories with like-minded people that have experiences. And even though I live in Florida and y'all are in Georgia and Paul, you're in Missouri, we can all share our stories with one another. And what we might think is unique, we are all now experiencing the same thing, and we wouldn't know it if we don't share it.
Right.
That's it.
So that is so important to share everybody's story. And I just met a lady in Fort Myers a couple weekends ago. She has a family of Bigfoot has been living in her back area, which is all forest.
Oh, wow.
And they've been gifting each other, and she's been afraid to tell anybody because she thought nobody was going to believe her. She comes to the conference, hears me speak, and now we're Facebook friends, and we're now communicating. And she's like, I've never thought to share my story, and now I feel comfortable. And I think that's part of the key, is to share each other's story and to support one another, because this is our tribe.
That's
It
right.
is.
That's right.
That's like the folks that come on our outings and everything. After they've spent the weekend together, we've had people leave and not only be lifelong friends of ours, but lifelong friends of each other's.
Yeah.
Exactly. And
they'll stay in touch.
yeah, a lot of these people in chat, and Natalie, I've met, unfortunately.
Yeah, I know.
I'm kidding.
It's sad. It's just
No,
every once in a while you just meet someone that you're like, oh.
Yeah,
And
I always say that I've met a lot of great people, but there has been a few stinkers. No, I'm kidding. No, but honestly, there has been a ton of great people that I've gotten to know, and I've gotten to call really good friends and help family too, through doing all this. And I couldn't be more blessed to do this, and it's just incredible. It's just incredible.
That's the same with us.
Yeah, and I'm sure by word of mouth, folks that come to your events who have an amazing experience are telling others. So is there a waiting list, or how far somebody needs to be?
We're actually full for the rest of this season.
Yeah, I thought so.
We only have two more.
Because it gets too cold.
Yeah.
But we bring out our new schedule for next season sometime in January. After we see everything that we have to do and block that off a calendar and get with the other team members and check out their schedules and everything. Then we get everything figured out what works.
Yeah.
And then as soon as we do that, we'll put that out. We'll put that out sometime mid to the end of January.
Yeah. We have people waiting.
Yeah, we have people waiting now for that to come out.
Really?
Yes.
And how long is a season for you guys?
We'll run between April and November. 1st of November.
We try not to do anything in July and August because you can't hear anything up here for the cicadas.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'll probably go with Jim to come and see you guys, since he just offered that I can go with him. He is the wind, the hype. He is the Jim. Thank you, Jim.
Wow.
Oh.
Wow.
He's so sweet.
He is.
He is so sweet.
Wow.
Thanks, Jim.
And I don't know when Jim, he's planning on coming.
Yeah.
I know next year. He hadn't told me when. I think he's waiting for us to put that schedule out so he can see the dates and his schedule too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have I was just thinking, I have a group of ladies who are all Bigfoot investigators in Florida, and we often see each other and we stay in contact. And I think it would be a great, ladies' weekend.
Oh yeah.
To have all the investigators go up and just have fun.
Yeah. Oh, that would be a ball.
That would, and if you want to look at doing something like that, we can.
Yeah, that would be a great time. Yeah, I'll get the ladies together. I'm sure everybody's going to be. The guys will be jealous, but it's fine.
But can you imagine the activity women would have?
Yes, because here we are. We're not threatening. They're probably like, "Oh, look how cute."
But remember this: I'm not going to be a forest bride. I will trip somebody. Not beyond that.
But yeah, we can get together and kind of what works for y'all and everything. We don't have nothing going. Block off a weekend just for something.
Yeah. I'll definitely touch base with them.
When is the so where can they find the schedule on your Facebook page?
I'll post it on Facebook, on TikTok. Okay. I'll do it on YouTube. I'm gonna tell you what, this media stuff is like a full-time job.
Oh, it is.
It truly is.
It is.
It truly is. Larry, thank you so much.
Thank you, Larry.
I don't do any of it. I sit back and watch her do it, and I'm like, that's a job I don't want.
It truly is. I was just talking about this earlier. It's a methodology, and it's you've got to get in there so many times per day to make yourself relevant.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I never had a clue. I'm doing good I don't even know how to work what was it, a VCR back in the day, or DVD. And then
VCR, yep.
Yeah, it's very difficult, and you've got to know the algorithms and hashtags, and you know, who your audience is, and then if different platforms have different audiences, so it's very, very difficult.
And
Yes,
just
it
when
is.
you think you got it figured out, you do one and it's a stinker, and
Yep.
you know you do the exact same way, and it just you don't get it. But
Yeah.
And the ones that you think, well, I'm like thinking, this is probably not really good. Maybe I shouldn't post that. That'll be the one that blows up.
And that's
Yeah,
exactly
exactly.
right.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely right. And you're like, maybe I shouldn't do that. And I'm like, oh, just go ahead and do it. And it works out great.
Yeah, it don't make no sense, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you just have to do it. You just have to, you know, rip off the Band-Aid and go for it.
that's right.
Because, you know, the more that we get out there, and like for this, your company is amazing. It's allowing people an avenue and an opportunity to get out in nature and really experience something a whole lot of fun.
That's right. That's
It
right.
really is. You know, and that's, and while we're on here, there's one group I'd like to mention.
Sure.
And that's a fly fishing group. They're called Project Healing Waters.
Mm.
It's a veteran group. It's for all veterans now. It used to only be for disabled veterans, but now they've opened it up to all veterans.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone can find them. Just go on the internet and go into Project Healing Waters Fly Fishing. Look them up. Find a chapter near you. And like I said, it's open to all veterans. It's at absolutely no cost to the veteran. And they tie flies. They build fly rods. They have camaraderie amongst themselves. And I've seen the good it's done for a lot of veterans.
Mm-hmm. That is so fantastic. That's fantastic. And if we could, yep, there it is, right there. There's the Facebook group.
I was actually trying to get it before the other mods got it, and
And look
got
at
it.
you.
Yeah, you know, anything, you know, honestly, anything that helps the veterans, you know, I'm all for.
Mm-hmm.
It's just we need to take care of our own before we start taking care of other ones. So
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
yeah, so
Yeah, that is amazing.
make sure you head on over to that.
So is there any place other than Georgia, and I know this is a great spot for you guys, is there any place in the United States that you're like, I wish I just really want to go there and go squatching?
All of them.
All of them.
Yeah.
That's our goal. We want to do all states. You know, we've been to Wyoming, Montana. I really want to go to Oregon, Washington State.
Mm.
Colorado.
Oh, yeah.
Colorado.
Well, we've been to Colorado,
Yeah.
doing that. But Oregon and Utah, we haven't been.
Right.
Yeah, all of
Yeah.
We have about 15 minutes left here. What is one of your weirdest, craziest encounters that you guys have had?
I'm going to talk about the grunts.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Scott and I had hiked into the woods. We were going to go out there and leave audio one of our active spots. When we were hiking there pretty good, and I kept hearing something. It was almost like somebody hammering a tent stake in. It was rhythmic. Am I saying that word right?
Mm-hmm.
But he finally started listening. It sounded like you were standing in front of a gorilla cage. It was, and it was building itself up. And I promise you, there was nothing else around where we were, you know. So, of course, we went to the noise and put audio out. A couple of days later, we came back with two of our friends. And it was dusk dark, right before being dark. And Scott and one of our friends went to retrieve the audio. Me and a girlfriend of mine was there. We're in the woods now, still in the woods. She would never let a fire go out. She's pulling like branches, trees, whatever she's going to set ablaze. But I kept hearing something. And the only thing I can liken it to was like an alligator. You know how an alligator does the low guttural thing? Well, I had audio going, thank goodness. So it started coming up the ridge towards us. And it was like every minute or so I was getting this. And it's coming towards us. And I finally had to make her sit down and listen. And for me, I carry in the woods, mainly because of wild hogs. But for me, get it out and put it right here, I'm afraid of what's fixing to come on us. But we got 14, I've never heard this before, coming towards us. And thank goodness I did have a signal and could call Scott and ask him if he heard anything. They started hitting. Yeah. And at the end of this there's a big whoop. Now, I don't know what that was, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't no alligator in the woods. And
No.
Out in North Georgia.
Yeah.
No, we don't have them in North
But
Georgia.
that right there just made me, because, I sent it to a friend of ours, Bob Wilson, and, I feel like it was an alpha male, and I feel like he knew it was 2 females. So you're talking about a female group. That was my scariest thing, or maybe the bluff charge.
Yeah. That.
Oh,
Bluff charge.
yeah. I want to hear about that.
Yeah.
Myself and Sheila and 2 of our friends, we were in an area that we frequent a lot. And we were hiking up a road one evening from our camp, just meandering along, talking amongst ourselves and everything. And off of our right hand, it's flat off to our left, but off of our right hand side is a ridge. About halfway down the little 2-path road there, everything starts breaking loose at the top of that ridge, and all of our headlights, are shining up the ridge, and something is coming down that ridge at us, full tilt. This ridge is full of mountain laurel.
Mm.
If anybody's not familiar with mountain laurel, this stuff is tough. They make walking sticks out of it. 2 grown men can grab a hold of a piece of it and can't hardly break it.
Right.
Wow.
When we pick them headlamps up there and we're looking, you can see this mountain laurel parting as it's coming down to us.
Oh my.
It gets to within about 10 yards of us and stops. I mean, just dead stops. We didn't know if it jumped over us, if it hit a trail right there and took off down the trail, or what. But we had a lot of heavy stomping on the other side of the road from us shortly after. That's what makes us think he may have jumped over us.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
But at that moment, me and Sheila both, and she was on the first impact side of it.
I just knew I was going to be a greasy spot.
Braced up, like just to get run over. I mean, it was coming that hard.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
After all this happens, I tell my buddies, I say, I think we need to head on back to the camp. They're like, no, we need to go on up here and check the spot out and everything. And I says, y'all aren't thinking about something. They said, what's that? I said, we got to walk back through here.
Mm-hmm.
Needless to say, we went on up there and checked out the other spot and then come back through there. But I was nervous coming back through there.
Yeah, there was some reason they didn't want us there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
But that was,
yeah.
When you look up there and see mountain laurel parting like the seas parting, I mean, it's.
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
Something
that
is
had to have
angry,
been terrifying.
Yes.
God.
I felt like the rabbit, like I'd already braced, for impact.
Uh-huh.
She done grabbed a hold of the side of my arms tight. I mean, which I'd braced up to.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I assure you, if it wants you, you're done. I mean, if
Oh,
it really
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, the power, the speed.
Mm-hmm.
If it wanted you dead, you'd be dead. I mean,
Yeah.
and that's the way I look at it. And I don't think that they want that. I think they're just like, you need to get out of my face. You need to get out of here.
It was a squirrel.
Yeah.
Oh, wasn't no squirrel.
That was great.
Yeah, Greg, it was a squirrel. It was angry because they were fishing for squirrels. And
That's what it was.
That's what it was.
He's
That's
never going to forget that now.
No,
Fishing
no.
for squirrels.
So, did you guys smell anything while it was,
Not
going
that time.
past you or whatever? Really?
Not that time. No, we've smelled a lot of smells in the woods, and the one particular evening,
When Greg was out there with you, you smelled a lot then?
probably my best sleep I ever got in the woods. We had a
he
group
was
out.
super moist.
Yeah. We had a group out, and I carried my group up to the top of a ridge, and on the way up, we run into a smell in several different areas, and I mean, it was horrendous. And if anyone's ever smelled big cat urine, it's pretty strong.
Yes.
This is way worse than that.
This was.
And it was kind of unique because you would walk, it'd be like walking into a wall. You'd walk into it, walk about 2 or 3 yards, and you're out of it, completely gone. No lingering smell like, say skunk or anything like that would linger on and get dissipate as it went out. Wasn't like that. You'd walk into it, it was all there, you'd walk out of it. After we walked into it the second time, I got to paying real close attention to my landmarks of where we were at. And walked into it a couple more times, got those marks, done our thing on top of the mountain, come back. We got to those marks where it was before. We crossed it, I think, 3 more times coming down, but it was in different spots.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
That night we had a whole lot of activity, had a non-believer, big skeptic, get his first opportunity to see one on thermal that night. One of the other gentlemen that was with us got some outstanding night vision camera shots.
You also got Pop.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and tell that while we're here at this one. That same individual, when we were up on the ridge, I'm standing there paying close attention to everybody and watching everyone. And all of a sudden I hear a pop. And this guy, he spins, almost falls down a little bit, stumbles, and takes to run. And I get him stopped and everything. And the sound of the pop, right at first, and the way he acted, I just knew he was snake bit. I really did.
Mm.
We lift his britches leg up, we checked and everything. There's no marks on him or anything. So I walk over to where he was at, and there's no rocks on the ground right there where anything thrown anything at him. There's no sticks he could have stepped on and flipped up and hit him on the side of the leg. And I was in that same area the day before, and there was a game trail right where he was standing.
Mm.
Typical game trail, about 1.5 feet wide, vegetation about 3 foot tall on each side. When I get over there and I look down that game trail, now this game trail is another 1.5 feet wider on each side. All the vegetation is crushed all the way to the ground.
Oh.
Far off that ridge as I can see with my headlamp. And I kind of knew what had happened in my own mind. So we kind of ushered everyone off the mountain. But when we got back down and everyone explained to everyone else that was at the sitting area what they were smelling, everybody wanted to smell these smells. Girl Scott gets to go back to the top of the mountain 2 more times. So needless to say, I slept real well that night.
Wow. Awesome. Well, guys, this has been a fantastic show. We do have one more quick question for you.
Okay.
This one's for Sheila. Bigfoot can go together with paranormal for some people. You said you were a hospice nurse. Have you seen anything paranormal at work, like near-death experiences or ghosts?
Yes. Yes.
Can you elaborate, like give a story, or is that private?
I remember one story. One time I was with a patient. She was actively passing. I was in the room with her and their family, and there was 2 lights, not just regular fixtures, the 2 in the room. Mm-hmm. And I'm sitting there looking, and the lights are off because it's the daytime, the blinds are open and everything. And not the one over me, but the one over her, closer to over her, started flickering. Mm-hmm. The lights were off. I mean, it's just,
fluorescent.
Yeah, fluorescent. It was the craziest thing I'd ever seen. I mean, the lights were off. It's a lot for hospice patients. Different things that happen, and they're in the later stages. But I got to tell you, this is awful. I'm not meaning to be awful, but being a hospice nurse, we're all assured of death in Texas. Mm-hmm. But to me, it's more comforting to me because I know there's more. I know there's.
Yeah.
It's like people ask me, "Oh, you believe in Bigfoot?" Well, I tell people this. I've seen Bigfoot. I believe in God beyond a shadow of a doubt because I've seen what he can do. I've never seen God, but I've seen his miracles.
Mm-hmm. Very true. Amen.
Exactly.
There's a lot out there we don't know.
Oh,
yeah.
So much.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And we're all here to find the answers.
Yes, that's why we're here.
Yeah.
Keep getting more questions, though.
Exactly. And, we're not, competing with anybody. We're all doing the exact same thing. So that's, that's what
we're here to support one another.
Yeah,
just
exactly.
To build each other up and just share. Just keep sharing the stories.
Yeah.
That's like we always say, we're not here to prove this thing exists. I mean, we know it exists for ourselves.
Yeah.
We're here to get answers for ourselves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mainly.
Exactly.
Yep. Well, this has been awesome.
This has been fantastic, guys. Yeah, thank you. Great meeting you guys, and I'm looking forward to even more now to January meeting you guys.
Well, we're going to have so much fun. So much fun. So y'all
none of us are
please
going to
come
sleep.
out. What?
None of us are going to sleep.
No, God, no.
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 I would say we'll sleep when we're dead. So.
Yeah, we'll sleep when we're dead. It's fine.
So a couple things before we get on out of here and make way for BMR's show to come on in about 4 minutes. He has his Halloween show with werewolves and vampires with Dennis Carroll. So make sure you check out BMR over there. If you want to get Squatch-Fishing Outfitters, that's kind of hard to say.
It's a mouthful.
Yeah. Make sure you check them out on Make sure you check them out on Facebook as well as TikTok. Here's that link. And the YouTube channel as well. And if you want to send them an email, there's their email address. Boy, I'm just can't talk tonight for some reason.
That's okay.
And make sure you check out the movie premiere this in 2026, Peeping Kong. What's really weird is it's right next to Donny Cho's face, and that's just really weird.
That's so creepy. Okay.
And again, before we get on out, thank you, Gary Spikes, for your gifting of the memberships. Thank you, Barbara Mora from California, who we got to meet at the Crossing Realms conference. Thank you for the $20. Thank you, Sir Brian Bowden, for the $4.99. Thank you, BMR brother, for the $2. And
got it.
Thank you, Larry, for being a member for 10 months.
Wow.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Guys, make sure you check out tomorrow. Right here, me and Krista will have Dr. Dean Bertram on talking about all kinds of weird stuff. So, and once again, Scott and Sheila, thank you both so much for being on the show and sharing your experiences. And guys, get in contact with them. Look for their schedule coming up in January to get out there and go squatching with them. We really do appreciate you guys coming on here tonight and spending part of your night with us. No problem. Love to have you back again too. So,
all right.
All righty. All right, guys. Natalie, have a great rest of your evening. And
you too.
Everybody else, we will see you back here tomorrow night and in BMR's chat here in just about 2 minutes. Until then.
All right.
Good night, everybody.